I am Lisa, and thanks for watching. I haven't made a video in quite a while, and this coming back into YouTube video is um, very strong for me. If you have little kids around, go ahead and tell them to skedaddle. Don't let them hear this. They don't need to be, in my opinion, they don't need to be brought, into a sad video. Basically, this video is for awareness of mental health and being there for one another. So to start off, I've had anxiety disorders, depression, and I haven't been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure that I have acute psychosis as well. And I believe this because a close family member of mine just got diagnosed with it. And so I've recently, done a lot of research, and I think that's a big part of learning about yourself is just the research. I thought I just had anxiety and depression until I learned of my family member's condition. It's like it opened a door, if you will, and kind of made me aware of myself that I didn't even realize. With acute psychosis, basically, there'll be days, my bad days anyways, because I do take medication, which helps me pretty well, where I can't look a customer in the eyes. It's like the end of the world if I have to look at them in the eyes and say, "Hi, how can I help you?" If two people that I work with are talking privately amongst themselves, instantly it's, "Oh my God, what'd I do? Why are they talking about me? What are they saying about me?" Even though probably they are talking about completely something different and not me. But anyway, so that's kind of what makes me believe I might have acute psychosis. And furthermore, my belief is that we're all put on earth to love one another. And there's people that drive me up the wall that I cannot stand. But you know what? I still love them, and if they needed me, I'd be there for them. There's too much bullying going on, and you don't really know what someone's going through a lot of the time. Like my family member, I had no idea what they were going through until things got so bad that they were admitted into the mental hospital where I live. And this is recently, like within last week. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by bugs. Anyways, and he wants to show up again. So, I think he's gone now. He might be back. But anyways, so I got a call last week from my parents letting me know about this family member and that they were admitted into the hospital. They basically lost their mind, and that's not something to be ashamed of. I've lost my mind. I've dealt with such bad anxiety and depression, or whatever I have, that at one point I was having like seizures where I'd pass out, or would drive to work and not even remember the drive to work. And until I got on medication that helped me, I didn't have a clue. But anyways, so my family member went to the mental hospital. They believed that their coworkers were out to kill them. Now, can you imagine how awful that would be to live in fear that people are out to kill you, that they know where you are, that they've got wires and things are bugged and that they're out to get you. Like, I just can't imagine. When I heard what my family member was going through, it broke my heart. Like, I spent days bawling my eyes out because I didn't know. I had no idea. And if there's one thing I want, it's to be there for my family members and for my friends, for all you guys. You know, I've gone through stuff, and you know, any way that I can help, I always want to be there. So to hear that someone very close to me was suffering so greatly and I didn't know, it broke my heart really bad. But the upside of that was, you know, because they were able to get that family member into a doctor to get professional help. Now they are, you know, on the road to recovery. They're on medication that's helping, and this person was a complete atheist, and since this experience, you know, it's kind of opened their eyes to believe that there's something out there. I mean, that person still doesn't know, you know, if it's God or what, but it opened their eyes. And I'm not saying that it's bad to be an atheist, you know, like, I'm not like some great Christian, you know, I curse, I've drank, I've done a lot of not very Christian-y things, so, you know, it's just how I've grown up. Like, you know, I didn't even grow up with my parents taking me to church. It was more like you pray on your own time. But, you know, I still am very grateful that, you know, because for me anyways, to believe that there's no, that there's nothing after death, like, it scares me to death. Like, it scares the shit out of me, you know, excuse my language, but, like, I just can't think like that. Like, I'll stay up all night, like, freaking out if I even, like, start to think of, you know, like, when I die, I'm just done. I can't think. I can't do nothing, you know? That I'm just no more. But for you atheists out there, you know, you do you. I try not to judge, you know, like, I'm not perfect. I have my own opinions, and everyone else does, and, you know, I just want everyone to live their life as happy as possible and know that they are loved and cared about. I may not know you. It may be the first time that you're watching my video, but I love you. And if you need help, you just let me know. If you want to talk, you know, I am an open ear. So let's go on to this, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet. This is my second time trying to record this, but within the last few days, we lost a fellow associate where I work. That's the only reason why I'm still in my uniform, is because I want to show support for our fallen associate. And I'm not going to name the name or the gender. It was just someone I work with, not in the same department. I don't even think I spoke 2 words to the person. As far as I knew, that person was happy and healthy and living their life. And I'm sure a lot of other coworkers of mine thought the same thing, but that wasn't the case. And this young coworker of ours committed suicide a few days ago. And it breaks my heart, like, kills me. I didn't know the kid. When I heard the person's name, I couldn't have told you who they were until I looked them up on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, that person. It was an awful situation. I'm not going to go into details of what that person did, but this person was younger than me. Like, I'm 27, and they're my brother's age, and my brother's 21. They went to the same school, so I'm guessing they were probably in the same grade. But, you know, thinking about what my family member went through and what this person went through, like, this kid could have been helped. Like, they didn't, even have a chance to live. 21, you know, that's insane. I'm 27, and I can't imagine dying today. Like, I'm not ready to. I've got so much more to do, you know. You know, there's growing up, getting married, finding the career that you've always dreamed of doing, getting a house, building a family, growing old with someone. This kid will never be able to experience those things. And I've heard a lot of different coworkers stating, well, I kind of figured it was coming. Well, then don't you think you should have taken the 2 seconds to talk to the person and give resources? I mean, for my family member, where they worked at, they were given information for the mental health clinic, and, you know, given resources to help them. So I just feel so terrible that it went unnoticed, and unfortunately a kid ended his life. And I keep fucking up and saying his and he. Well, yeah, it was a guy, so whatever. But anyways, if you get anything from this video, it's that don't be ashamed if you feel like you might be having an issue with anxiety, depression, what have you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I know that feeling. I've been there, where you feel like, you know, you don't want to be labeled as crazy, but, you know, at the end of the day, people are going to talk crap, but you get the last laugh by going and getting help. You know, if it's to get on medication to help with the situation, then so be it. If it's just finding someone who you can talk to, or finding an outlet such as writing in a journal or painting, whatever, you know, you do you to help yourself, you know. We only get one life to live. And it's just, this had to be my first video. Like, I feel so strongly about this, and I cannot stress it. You know, if you if you have someone that, you know, they started acting a little differently, maybe they're just not talking quite as much, go to them, ask them, you know, hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk about anything? And if they don't, that's fine. Don't push them, but at least let them know that you are an open ear, a non-judgmental open ear. You know, that's all I could do for my family member is, you know, even though I felt like I had failed them and wasn't there for them while they were going through this, now that they've, you know, gone through it and they're starting to get back on the right track, I go and visit them often as I can. I let them know that if there's anything, if they just need to talk, I'm here, you know, no matter what time it is. And I guess at some point that's all we really can do. But don't ever be afraid to talk about your feelings. If it's your job stressing you out like crazy, get rid of that job. I don't care what bills you have. There are other jobs out there. Find something else. That's all I really have to say, you know. And if you guys want to talk to me, have questions, you can message me on this video. You can add me to Facebook. My name is Lisa Straight. Live in Ohio. you know, anything I can do to, you know, show you guys I love you, I'm here for you, you need to talk about anything, I've got your back. Because I'd, you know, rather take any day 2 seconds to speak with someone who's going through a rough time than to hear that they, you know, are in a bad situation. Here recently, while my family member was in the mental health clinic, getting the help that they needed, not too far away, actually 2 counties away, someone or someones, we're not sure if it was just one person or multiple, but a family was killed, like 7 people, and some of them were pretty young, like in their early 20s, and it's just crazy, you know, to think that, you know, that's probably another person that, you know, needs help, obviously, because who just goes out and freaking kills 7 people? But, you know, that's someone who could have been helped just by someone listening, by someone noticing that something wasn't right and getting them the help that they need. And I know that, you know, if you're an adult, you're of age, you have to consent to go in to get help. But, you know, my family member, they were of age, and all it took was, you know, negotiating. Like, my dad told them, hey, you go and get help, and we'll go and I'll go and I'll get a physical done so you know that I'm healthy. Because I know a lot of guys out there, they hate going to the doctor, and that's my dad's thing. He doesn't really like going to the doctor, but he made that statement, and he's going to stick to it, you know. That promise, I guess I should say. But, you know, just reinforcing, you know, that you care about someone and would be there to talk. It's just a very sad situation, and going through all of this, like the past week now, I just had to make a video and let you guys know that, you know, if you know anyone that's acting a little differently, if you're feeling not quite right, it's always in your best interest to go to the doctor and get checked out, even if you don't really like going to the doctor. But anyways, I'm not gonna ramble anymore. I love you guys, and I'll post another video soon. Bye.